Alright, we're continuing in your week 3 packet. We're looking at this sheet, writing and solving equations with 2 or more addends. Our directions say, solve each equation. The answers are mixed up at the bottom of the page. Cross out the answers as you complete the problems. This is a matching sheet. You have your answers down here at the bottom. So once you get your answers here at the top, we're going to cross them out at the bottom. Kind of let you know if you got it right or not. Alright, before we start this, I want to take a step back and think about something we talked about in class. Don't call me after midnight. Remember, our D stood for distribute. Our C stood for combine like terms. M was move. A, add and subtract. And M was multiply and divide. Alright? Don't call me after midnight. Distribute, combine, move, add and subtract, multiply and divide. This is the order that we use when we're solving equations. Equations. What does that sound like? Equations have an equal sign. The sheets that we were working on before this one were all expressions. Expressions do not have equal signs. Equations have an equal sign, and they follow this set of rules. So, we're going to use our funky little saying and get an actual solution, get an answer to the equations. Alright, number 1. 8x plus 15 equals 63. We've only got one variable in this problem, and that's Mr. X here. Remember, Mr. X is a really cranky old man. He does not like anybody in the same room with him. And look at this. There's a whole bunch of junk going on in that room around Mr. X. We got to get rid of it. So, D, distribute. Do I have anything to distribute? Nope, sure don't. C, combine. Do I have any families that need to be combined? Nope, sure don't. Move. I can hear one of you right now say, no, we haven't done that yet. Well, you're right, we have nothing to move. Add and subtract. Is there any addition and subtraction going on with the side of the variable? Yes, yes there is. Positive 15. How do I undo positive 15? The opposite of positive 15 is negative 15. What I do to one side, I do to the other. My 15's cancel. So now I'm going to bring down my 8x and in my handy dandy calculator, I'm going to say 63 minus 15. That gives me 48. So this is my brand new equation. I've gone through all of these steps and now I'm here at multiply and divide. Is there any multiplication and division going on the side of the variable? Yes. Mr. X is still not happy because there's an 8 smushed up next to Mr. X. How do I undo a smush? Smush means multiply. I undo smush by dividing. What I do to one side, I do to the other. So my 8's cancel. I'm left with X. My handy dandy calculator. 48 divided by 8 gives me 6. Is Mr. X happy? Yes, Mr. X is happy. He's all alone. I'm done. So my answer is X equals 6. I come down here to the bottom. Got it. So I'm good. Kind of starting to remember this. We did a lot of these. I'm going to work 5 of them total with you on this page, and the rest are yours. Let's look at number 2. Number 2, we have 9x minus 13 equals 23. Who are we trying to make happy? We're trying to make Mr. X happy. We're going to follow these steps to make Mr. X happy. Don't call me after midnight. Distribute, combine, move, add and subtract, multiply and divide. Do I have anything to distribute? Nope. Do I have any like terms to combine? Nope. Do I have anything to move? Nope, we haven't done that yet. Do I have any addition and subtraction to do on the side with the variable? Yes, I do. I have a negative 13. How do I undo negative 13? Positive 13. What I do to one side, I do to the other. My 13s are going to cancel. So I'm going to bring my 9x down in my handy dandy calculator. 23 plus 13 gives me 36. I finished all of these steps. I'm here. Multiply and divide. Do I have any multiplication or division on the side with the variable? Yes, I do. This 9 is smushed up next to the x. Smush means multiply. How do I undo multiply? I divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 9. My 9's cancel. I'm left with x. In my calculator, I say 36 divided by 9. That gives me 4. Let's go to the bottom and see if I find a 4. I sure do. Let's put an X on that one, and I'm going to put a 2 out here. So I know that was number 2. Alright. Let's look at number 3. We're going to do the exact same steps on number 3. But if you look at number 3, we've got 135 equals 2x plus 25. What do you notice? The variable is on the right. That's okay. That's okay. The only time that makes my brain itch is when we're doing inequalities. This is not an inequality, this is an equation. There's an equal sign. So that's okay. It just looks funny, but it's totally right and it's okay. So, who am I trying to make happy? Still trying to make Mr. X happy. Go through my steps. Don't call me after midnight. Distribute, combine, move, add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Do I have anything to distribute? No. Do I have anything to combine? No. Do I have anything to move? No. We haven't done that yet. Do I have any addition and subtraction happening on the side with the variable? Yes, I do. I have positive 25. How do I undo positive 25? With a negative 25. What I do to one side, I do to the other. My 25s cancel, and I'm left with 2x equals, in my calculator, I'm going to say 135 minus 25, and that gives me 110. I've gone through all of these steps. I'm here at multiplication and division. I'm still trying to make Mr. X happy. Is there any multiplication and division going on the side of the variable? Yes. The 2 is smushed next to the x. Smush means multiply. How do I undo multiplication? With division. So I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. My 2's cancel. I'm left with x. In my calculator, I say 110 divided by 2, and I get 55. At the bottom of the page, I have x equals 55. These are exactly the same. They're exactly the same. What matters, x is positive, 55 is positive. X is positive, 55 is positive. This is an equation, so that's all we have to look for. So these are right. Alright, I'm going to do 2 more of these with you, and I'm turning you loose to do the rest. Alright, number 4 and number 3 are very, very similar. 33 equals 32x minus 31. My variable is on the right side again. That's okay, because these are equations. The only time it makes my brain itch is when they're inequalities. This is okay. So I'm going to work it just like it is. Don't call me after midnight. Distribute, combine, move, add and subtract, multiply and divide. Who am I trying to make happy? I'm trying to make Mr. X happy. Do I have anything to distribute? Nope. Do I have anything to combine? Nope. Do I have anything to move? No, we haven't done that yet. Do we have any addition and subtraction on the side with the variable? Yes. We have a negative 31. How do I undo minus 31? Positive or plus 31. What I do to one side, I do to the other. My 31s cancel. I bring down 32x equals, and in my calculator, I say 33 plus 31. That gives me 64. I've done all of these steps. I'm right here at multiply and divide. I'm still trying to make Mr. X happy. Is there any multiplication and division going on the side with the variable? Yes. 32 is smushed to x. Smush means multiply. How do I undo multiplication? Division. So I'm going to divide by 32. What I do to one side, I do to the other. My 32's cancel. I'm left with x. In my handy dandy calculator, I say 64 minus 32 and, whoops, not minus, I'm sorry, 64 divided by 32. That gives me 2. 2 equals x. Down here, I have x equals 2. That is the answer to number 4. Because these are equations, what matters is 2 is positive, x is positive. 2 is positive, x is positive. And I've got equal, so it's totally okay. Alright, we're going to skip to number 9. Why do you think I chose number 9? Well, some fractions in there. Are we afraid of fractions? Nope. What do we know that a fraction means? This line right here simply means divide. So the first thing I want to do is go through and change all of my fractions to decimals. Let's make this easy on ourselves. So I've got 3x minus 4 is my whole number. You're supposed to know this one. What is 1/2? That's going to be 0.5. Just in case I forgot, let's do it in my calculator. 1 divided by 2 gives me 0.5. 4 is my whole number. Equals negative 19. And we have that one again. 1/2 means 0.5. I just went through and changed my fractions into decimals. I ain't scared. We got this. Alright? Here we go. Who am I trying to make happy? Trying to make Mr. X happy. Gonna follow my steps. Don't call me after midnight. Distribute, combine, move, add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Do I have anything to distribute? No. Do I have anything to combine? No. Do I have anything to move? No. Do I have any addition and subtraction happening on the side with the variable? Yes. I have a negative 4.5. How do I get rid of minus 4.5? Plus 4.5. What I do to one side, I do to the other. My 4.5s cancel. I'm left with 3x equals, and in my calculator, I'm going to say 19.5 negative plus 4.5. That gives me 15. I followed all of my steps. I'm down here to multiply and divide. Do I have any multiplication or division on the side with the variable? Yes. 3 is smooshed next to x. Smush means multiply. How do I undo multiplication? Divide. Going to divide both sides by 3. My 3's cancel. I'm left with x in my calculator. 15 divided by 3 gives me 5. If I come down here to the bottom, I see where I made a mistake. Can you find my mistake? This is a mistake that I honestly just made, but how many times do I say, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention to our signs? Look, right here. This is where the mistake happened. In my calculator, 19.5 negative plus 4.5. What do I get? I get a negative 15. What do you think that's going to do to my answer? In my calculator, if I say 15 negative divided by 3, I get negative 5. How many times have I said the negative changes everything? Everything. So, this is my answer to number 9. Having this down here is a good way to check yourself. Yep, caught an error. Please be careful. A negative changes everything. You've got some fractions on this page. You've also got some more decimals. We're not scared. You've got a calculator. If you don't have a calculator, you've got your phones and you've got one on your computers. As always, if you need help, send me a message in Google Classroom. I love you guys. See you soon.